Okay. Uh, Apparently the chess.com servers are down, so I had to come over here and play on Lee Chess for a little bit. I don't play here very often. Surprised my rating is still provisional on here, though. Mm. Lee Chess ratings are a little inflated anyway. I mean, I've had 217 games rapid on here. Why is that provisional? Because I've been gone for a minute? It has been a while since I've been on here. Just playing Alekhine. Um, so this is all book. He's coming here, most likely. Sometimes I see this knight c3 move, but d4 is by far more common. My response to d4 is going to be to immediately challenge the center. Oh, okay. That's not unheard of either. Just going to challenge the center. Again, it's um, my goal in Alekhine's to have white overextend, to keep pushing, have a clear target in the center. But I end up dealing with a cramped position and a funky knight over here on b6. Sometimes can be a bit of a problem, but you just have to be aware of it. Okay. So we've transposed back into this mainline setup. And here, I think it behooves me to take. Another idea is g6. I think taking is the right move for some reason. If I take, he has to take back with a knight. Maybe developing my knight first so that I can get rid of that without running the risk of him getting to trade. Yeah, let's do that. Knight c3. Bishop e3 is also a standard move in the mainline Alekhine. Alekhine, depending on who you're talking to. My ideas are going to be pushing g6, fianchettoing, taking control of the dark squares here, and attacking this big center. Hmm. Well, these are the best candidate moves. The only other thing he might be thinking about is developing the bishop, trying to decide where to put the light square bishop on e2 or d3. fairly common for white to take, just to try and swap off this pawn, because if we forget about this as white, sometimes it can be a bit overextended. Black takes, and in some positions where white's forced to take back with the D pawn, he can run a bit. Okay, he's going to defend it with his bishop. Usually the bishop's better placed on e3 in Alekhines to defend the base of this chain. We want to defend pawn chains at the base, not the pawn leading the charge. So now I don't think I really want to take immediately. I want to Binko, because with this pawn chain here, I mean, not a whole lot of future for the bishop there. And if he takes, I take back with c pawn. Have a little bit of an imbalance. Two central pawns for one. Maybe I should. No, I shouldn't have taken. I should not have taken. Takes, takes, takes. Bishop had the option of taking. So that's, yeah. Sometimes I forget myself. Okay. He wants to push, and he's threatening my knight. And usually I do that. That. It's a double attack on this c pawn. Defense here. But now he has this interesting idea of pushing e6. Takes, takes, takes. It's not possible right now. But he has removed my attacker on the e5 square. So this is the immediate question that white has. Go queen c2. Then he might have ideas of pushing b4. If he goes queen c2, the threat might be b4. Do I need to push c5 to defend? He goes queen c1. Same idea. He's still got an idea of pushing b4. The only way to stop it, and then he's got a4, resuming the threat. He can take en passant. I don't think that's in his. I don't think that's in his best interest, because that relieves pressure on this thread. That gives me options to move my knight back, and I put it in a situation here that sometimes does work and pay off, but I think I didn't really think about it too much in this position. Um, okay, he doesn't push. I think this was his. I think that I'm in trouble there. I might have been able to figure something out with a ret here, but now I think I can just move this knight and the queen defense. Where to move the knight to? Now he has this idea. Where I have this or this. He takes, king takes. I check. This is going to be a messy game. Knight needed defending. This idea, I block the queen here. Pawn take. Oh no, pawn can't take anymore. Block the queen here. Pawn takes here. Knight check. The king's got to run a bit. It's okay. Gonna be all right. I have crawled out of worse. Okay. He decided to take, and I had to block. Now he can take again. I get the bishop developed. I think it would have been better for him to push instead of take. Was that sent my king running and made it very difficult to develop these pieces with the king right there. If he takes, I mean, he's got a pawn. He's up a pawn. He's going to have a passed pawn if he takes. I don't think I want to take with my queen and check because he can force a queen trade. So it will be better to take back with the bishop. This knight's terrible over here. Terrible. Okay. Castling is the next priority. Got to get that king out of the middle. Only thing I got to work with here is the fact that he has such a delay in development too. I've got plenty of pieces on the back rank also, but I am closer to castling. Potential fork here. Snatching the bishop pair. Got to get castled first though, because I don't want to fall for any cheap tricks. Build on the bishop seems the most reasonable. Castles. Maybe he wants the bishop here to keep my knight out of that square. Gotta figure out what this knight is doing. Gonna have to redeploy it. There, and there. Giving it plenty of thought, but he is way down on time. It's down to 3 minutes in a 15 plus 10 game. And we're on move 13. Now he's going to prevent me from castling. He wants to do that. Well then, I can't say I blame him. That's a pretty good idea tactically. What is my plan from here? I could think about coming here. The attack back on here. He still has 2 defenders though, so it's not under any immediate threat. Suppose I ought to be thinking about maybe castling queenside now, which isn't too scary. Where do I want the bishop here? And that pawn never has to move. It wants to move, doesn't have to. But I want to blockade it with the queen here in a second. I'd rather blockade it with my knight. Let's see if we can't work our magic with some time pressure on him. 3 minutes on his clock. I've got 10. You can come here and force me to move the rook, but the knight's double protected, so I think I do have to, if I'm going to move the queen, I have to stay on protection of the knight, because otherwise that does win the piece. So I do have to protect the knight. Okay, if I get castled, then I'll be flirting with ideas of this. And if he castles into it, he might have problems. Because I will want to trade off this dark square bishop. He does castle into it. I'm going to castle away. This knight needs to get developed. It's a great square for it. If he comes here, then I am going to definitely block his knight from getting to that square. Okay. Now I'm going to threaten his bishop. You have ideas like this now? I don't think so. He's got to come back here, here. Yeah, I can swap it there still. Maybe here. That's not a good deal. Okay. Is he going to try and kick my knight? He does. I think I might threaten his queen. I might threaten his queen anyway. I don't care if he takes this knight off, or this bishop off, then I'm going to have a very active rook. So he can have that if he wants it. He's down to a minute, so I bet he's panicking pretty good. Um, I think this is my move. And now I'm threatening to come back up here. He can have this if he wants to give me an open file. And we'll take it with much appreciation. Probably be best to put his knight here, threatening this fork. And he's still threatening that fork. Okay. And I could threaten his queen. And then do I win the rook if he moves the queen? Or do I win the knight? Let me calculate. Here, knight takes. Knight takes, knight takes, knight takes with check. I win a piece. That on the surface looks like an attempt to win the piece, but I win his queen, he wins my queen. I win his bishop with check, he has to move, and then I win his knight. I'm up a piece if he tries that. Oh no, he wins my queen with with check. I'm not up a piece. I'm not up a piece. But material's still equal, so it's still a game. It's still a game. All right. I did that with too much confidence. But it's not bad. I want to retreat my bishop now because I want to. Okay. Okay. I take, he takes, and then I win the pawn. I'll take a pawn. Get my knight active again. It's been dreaming of activity forever. No defense. He takes. I take. He takes. I take. He takes. I take. Went for the passer. I'm quicker to the middle. So I'm going to keep this pawn at bay. I'm going to start pushing these pawns. I can force in a pass pawn 3-on-2. He's going to be forced to march his king over to deal with that threat. And I'm going to gobble these pawns up with my king. No, I don't want to take. He could take and I can take, and I'm going to keep his king out. He resigned? Did resign. Good game. GG. Oh, I gained 75 points from that. Why is my rating provisional still? That just does not make sense to me. I played on. Maybe I played a lot of Blitz games. Because I played 218 rapid games, yet my rating was provisional. Maybe they make it re-provisional after being away for so long. It's been over a year since I played on Lichess. Wow. Huh. So where's my game history? I gotta navigate this website, view the games. And those were casual games. Why is my rating? That's bothering me. If you can't tell, that is bothering me a little bit, because it shouldn't be provisional, but oh well. So yeah, there it is. This game here. Get a quick look at the computer analysis. Analysis board. Yeah. So White had a big edge throughout. I mean, he had such pressure in this position. This knight's useless. This bishop is amazing, cutting off my king. I think, um, if he'd have thought of something to support this bishop here and force this pawn through before I could get castled, I think he has to know that he was way up. I'll look at it in detail later, but he just kind of gave me opportunities uh, to come back in the game, and that was his blunder. He gave up a piece here. Not well, no, he didn't. He allowed me to equalize, though. He allowed me to liquidate material. Um, I I forgot about the check here, and I got excited about my check, forgot about his, and the material does end up being traded off equally, but um, he still has an edge. I had a shot at a better edge here. I had a better move. He takes. It was a mistake for me to take. I should have just attacked the knight. But as you heard during the game, I was set on that. I should have attacked the knight. Well, good game. Thank you for watching, and tune in for some more.